The German peasants started to seed potatoes, and they opened these potato heaps on the fields. We went there and stole what we could, putting it on our back in some textile, and always with these bags we marched through the streets. It was our greatest fortune.
I thought that if my parents didn't make it, I don't want to live. I didn't know how. Everything was being done for me until the war, and I just didn't know how. They took a bunch of young kids to camp, and when we were liberated, we were older, but we didn't learn anything from life. I mean, we didn't mature, grow up. You still felt like you were only 15 when you first got there.
We were weak, we were disoriented, everybody was running. I remember my mother looking for my father. Somebody said that there was, I don't know how she traveled there, she went to Prague. That there might be somebody who had seen perhaps my father, who knows of him where, you know, if he, I mean, everybody was, it was crazy.
Much sadness came because the list of people were coming back and we were searching for our loved ones. And every time the names were so similar, it was so painful, the dates. And you looked and you looked and you looked and you went and you searched and you asked people, did you, in fact, know this one? Did you know that one? Somebody said that they saw my brother in Auschwitz and that he was shot because he wouldn't put my mother in the oven. If it's true, I hope he died. I hope it's true.
Mothers was looking for children, children for mothers, and fathers for wives and sisters.
I was looking for my family, looking for my friends, and nobody survived.
When I came back to Germany after the war, I was going around just looking for trouble. A few boys like me, when still was healthy, and we took revenge. I used to knock the hell out of them. They used to call Juden schlagen, Jewish people are killing us. So you kill us too. Yeah, I take revenge a little bit for them. I used to tell them, this is for my mother, this is for my father, this is for my sister and brother. I used to give them the business.
The pain is real. The pain is not a fiction. I wish it were a fiction. I wish somebody would come back and give me back my family and say, hey, it never happened, here they are. But they aren't here.
We went over the border to Germany, the DP camp. And we registered in the DP camp and waiting to register to come to United States or to Australia or to Canada or to Israel, whatever comes first.
Wohin soll ich gehen? Wer kann für mich? Wohin soll ich gehen? Ist verschlossen jeden Tür. To the left, to the right, it's the same in every land.
In 1947, in December, when the United Nations declared that Israel will be a state, people that we lost everything. This was the most important thing that I was able to think about it. That I'll be in my own country. I'll be a soldier. I'll be somebody strong.
Wohin soll ich gehen? Ist verschlossen jedem Tür. Es ist die Welt groß genug, noch Familie sein und klein. Wie ein Blick muss zurück, siehst du stört jede Brick, wie ein soll ich gehen.
12 million men, women and children have died murdered in cold blood. Millions upon millions more today mourn their fathers and their mothers, their husbands, their wives and their children. What rights has any man to mercy who has played a part, however indirectly, in such a crime?
50 years. I lived 50 years after that. Can anybody even believe that it'd be possible to live 50 more years with such awesomeness, with that knowledge?
I felt I had a life. Something owed me a life. I know planet Earth didn't owe me a living, but I wanted a life.
I thought if I marry an American roots, American family, American children, I'll be American. I will find roots.
I didn't want to live. I had guilty feelings. Why did I remain alive and not one of my brothers? Or not my younger brother, one immediately younger?
I go back to my childhood. I always search it. I search it because half of my body is always there. I think if the last Holocaust survivor dies and is not here anymore, all these people will find the rest and their peace. The 6 million, they will suddenly come to peace because they're not in peace yet. Because then they know when we're not here anymore that we have given the message. And the young people have to continue, but then they will find their rest.
I felt in my heart that any little thing that was done for me, and I don't mean materially or financially or anything, a kind word meant so much to me. They're nice to me. You must always be involved. Don't ignore it by thinking, well, this is the other guy and I cannot be involved. I would say you have to be involved. Because if not, God forbid, the same thing can happen again. No matter how wonderful the country, you only need a couple of people that start spreading rumors, and the whole damn thing can come tumbling worse than an earthquake.
Don't hate anybody. Just don't hate anybody, because look what happened from the hatred. Because somebody has a different religion or different race, or you shouldn't look at that. You should look for the person, the human being, what is inside.
I think the most important thing is we've learned that life is precious. And that's something that stays with you all the time.
I cheated Hitler and his henchmen, and this what I got right now here, a lovely family, my wife and my kids. And this is the happiest moment of my life because I loaded everything on tape. Maybe I'm not going to be so crazy anymore.
"50 years later, there is still so much that we can learn from the people who witnessed and lived through the Holocaust. Lessons about life and hope and the devastation that can come from intolerance. The interviews you've just seen are only a glimpse into the first testimonies collected by the survivors of the Shoah Visual History Foundation. Shoah is the Hebrew word for Holocaust. And this nonprofit foundation has been established to videotape tens of thousands of interviews with Holocaust survivors, conducting interviews around the world, around the clock, in every language. The foundation is not only assembling an invaluable historical archive, it's using breakthrough computer technology to revolutionize how history and culture of tolerance can be taught and learned for generations to come. And long after the last survivors are gone, they'll still be able to speak with us, and we'll still be able to learn from them. The devastating events of the Holocaust didn't happen to faceless numbers. They happened to people just like the ones you've seen and heard from. Men and women and children with names and faces and families and dreams. People just like us. Listening to them, it's our hope that we can bring attention to the lessons of tolerance and understanding for now and for our future.